Prepare for a relentless plunge into the heart of combat sports, where pain is the currency and low kicks are the ultimate weapon. This curated collection of the most devastating low-kick knockouts will leave you wincing, perhaps even reaching for a painkiller. You've been warned. Brace yourself for a brutal journey through agony. Let's step into the arena. Justin Gaethje versus Brian Foster, the Red Room Massacre. On March 12, 2016, Justin Gaethje, the reigning World Series of Fighting WSOF lightweight champion, entered the cage for his fourth title defense. At just 27, Gaethje was a force of nature, his record a staggering 15 wins, 13 by stoppage, with only 2 fights ever reaching the judges' scorecards. Known for his wild, relentless style, Gaethje could dismantle opponents in mere minutes, blending raw aggression with calculated precision. His opponent, Brian Foster, a seasoned veteran with a reputation for durability, was about to face a nightmare in the form of Gaethje's leg-destroying arsenal. The opening bell unleashed a storm. Foster, brimming with confidence, surged forward, pressuring Gaethje with a barrage of strikes aimed at the head, body, and legs. His strategy was clear: overwhelm the champion early and dictate the pace. But Gaethje, unfazed by the onslaught, flipped the script. Instead of engaging in a head-hunting brawl, he targeted Foster's legs with chilling accuracy. Each low kick landed with the force of a sledgehammer, slicing through muscle and sinew. Foster's aggressive momentum crumbled almost immediately, his legs betraying him under the searing pain. Within moments, the challenger buckled, collapsing to the canvas in an early knockdown that set the tone for the carnage to come. Low kicks are more than just strikes. They're a brutal wake-up call, shattering the illusion of invincibility. Gaethje's career is a testament to this philosophy, neutralizing any offense with his devastating legwork. Imagine believing you can overpower this fiery, unpolished brawler, only to feel a low kick sear through your bones like molten steel. It's a spirit-crushing experience, one that strips away confidence and leaves only despair. Foster learned this lesson in under 2 minutes. As he struggled to mask the pain contorting his face, Gaethje seemed to revel in the destruction, focusing almost exclusively on debilitating his opponent's legs. A final, perfectly placed shot above the knee ended the fight. No follow-up required. Foster likely woke in cold sweats for weeks, haunted by the memory of that agony, while Gaethje solidified his reputation as a modern leg kick predator. Gaethje's approach wasn't just about power. It was about precision and intent. His low kicks targeted specific areas, above the knee, the outer thigh, designed to maximize pain and minimize recovery. This fight was a defining moment, showcasing why Gaethje would later become a UFC fan favorite, feared for his ability to turn opponents' legs into liabilities. Foster's defeat was a stark reminder. In Gaethje's world, no one walks away unscathed. Ernesto Hoost versus Igor Vovchanchyn, the limb destroyer's masterpiece. Long before Gaethje's rise, Ernesto Hoost reigned as the undisputed king of leg destruction in the world of kickboxing. A 4-time K1 World Grand Prix champion, Hoost was a Dutch legend whose low kicks didn't just hurt. They dismantled careers and shattered spirits. In July 1999, at K1 Dream, Hoost faced Ukrainian powerhouse Igor Vovchanchyn, a fighter with a formidable record of 67 wins, 48 by stoppage, and 13 losses. Vovchanchyn, known as Ice Cold for his stoic demeanor, was a titan in mixed martial arts, but Hoost was a different breed, a cold, calculating destroyer whose precision made him a nightmare in the ring. From the opening bell, Hoost set his sights on Vovchanchyn's lead leg, drawing roars from the crowd who sensed the impending devastation. His low kicks were not wild swings, but surgical strikes, each one landing with bone-crushing force. A few well-placed blows forced Igor to abandon his game plan, charging recklessly in search of headshots to counter the mounting pain. Hoost, unmoved, didn't care where his kicks landed. Inside, outside, thigh, or calf, every strike was a message of unrelenting agony. Vovchanchyn's only counter was to absorb the punishment and swing for Hoost's head, a desperate gamble against a man who carved through muscle and ligament like a blade through silk. Hoost's brilliance lay in his adaptability. He didn't need to close the distance or chase knockouts. His low kicks were potent enough to incapacitate from any range. By the second round, Igor's movement faltered, his legs trembling under the cumulative damage. He collapsed to the mat, his face a mask of torment, the crowd gasping at the brutality unfolding. In the third round, Hoost closed the trap. A low kick dropped Vovchanchyn, then another, and a third sent him crashing for good. The referee's count was a formality. Igor's legs were finished. Despite his legendary tenacity, Vovchanchyn endured trauma no fighter should bear. Hoost didn't just win. He redefined the art of destruction, cementing his legacy as the limb destroyer. This fight was a masterclass in strategy. Hoost's ability to remain composed while systematically dismantling his opponent showcased why he was feared across the globe. Vovchanchyn, a warrior in his own right, was reduced to a shell of himself, his legs unable to support his will to fight. Hoost's low kicks weren't just strikes. They were a philosophy, a testament to the power of precision over brute force. Douglas Lima versus Mikhail Tsarev, the Brazilian Butcher's Clinic. In 2013, Bellator's welterweight Grand Prix semifinals pitted Douglas Lima, a Brazilian phenom, against Russian prospect Mikhail Tsarev. Lima, a former welterweight champion, carried an aura of quiet menace into the cage. His low kicks, a weapon capable of felling opponents with a single blow. Tsarev, eager to prove himself on the global stage, was about to face a lesson in suffering at the hands of a master. The fight began cautiously, with Tsarev seeking clinches and takedowns to neutralize Lima's striking. His strategy was sound: keep the fight close, avoid the Brazilian's kicks, and wear him down. But Lima was patient, biding his time with subtle low kicks that seemed harmless at first. Tsarev felt a creeping unease around his knee, a nagging sensation that hinted at the devastation to come. As the first round neared its end, Lima unleashed a thunderous low kick to Tsarev's knee, the impact reverberating through the arena. The Russian crashed to the canvas, limping back to his corner with a look of defeat, signaling to his team that the fight was slipping away. 15 seconds into the second round, Lima struck again. The crack of the kick was deafening, and Tsarev collapsed in agony, his leg unable to bear the weight of his body. What followed was a merciless display of precision. Lima targeted the same spot, dropping Tsarev repeatedly with surgical accuracy. The referee had no choice but to intervene as the Russian struggled to stand, his face etched with pain. Lima's low kicks weren't just effective. They were a statement of dominance, leaving Tsarev unable to walk straight. Lima's performance was a reminder of the Brazilian kicking tradition, rooted in Muay Thai and refined in the MMA cage. His ability to disguise devastating strikes as routine offense lulled Tsarev into a false sense of security, only to unleash a fight-ending blow when least expected. This fight solidified Lima's reputation as one of the most dangerous kickers in MMA, a fighter whose low kicks could end a bout in an instant. Alexey Ignashov versus Jan Nortje, the Belarusian blade's precision. In 2003, K1 brought together Belarusian Muay Thai champion Alexey Ignashov and South African giant Jan Nortje. Ignashov, a multiple-time world champion, was a technical wizard whose low kicks were as precise as they were punishing. Nortje, known as the Giant for his imposing stature, entered the fight with confidence, pressing forward with boxing combinations to overwhelm Ignashov's defense. But the Belarusian was a master of control, absorbing pressure while countering with low kicks that chipped away at Nortje's foundation. Nortje initially shrugged off the strikes, chasing a knockout with reckless abandon. It was a naive mistake. The cumulative effect of Ignashov's kicks crept up, dulling Nortje's focus and mobility. Each strike targeted the outer thigh, eroding muscle and sapping strength. With seconds remaining in the round, a slicing low kick buckled Nortje's leg, leaving him hobbling in pain. As he limped toward the ropes, the referee stepped in to halt the carnage, sparing Nortje further damage. Ignashov's legwork didn't just stop Nortje. It exposed the fragility of even the boldest fighters. Ignashov's victory was a testament to the power of technique over size. Nortje's aggression was no match for the Belarusian's calculated approach, which turned the South African's legs into liabilities. This fight remains a classic example of how low kicks can shift the tide of a bout, forcing even the most determined fighters to reconsider their strategy. Mike Bernardo versus Jerome Lebaner, K1's Brutal Symphony. In May 1995, K1's World Grand Prix featured a second clash between Jerome Lebaner and Mike Bernardo, two titans of the kickboxing world. Lebaner, a Frenchman who defeated legends like Ernesto Hoost, brought his signature intensity to the ring. Bernardo, a South African powerhouse, was no stranger to high-stakes battles, but this fight would end in a second-round TKO, with Lebaner's low kicks stealing the show. Lebaner wasted no time, targeting Bernardo's lead leg with vicious intent. Each kick landed with a sickening thud, eroding Bernardo's mobility and resolve. The South African matched Lebaner's speed and power early, unleashing his own arsenal in a desperate bid to shift the momentum. But Lebaner's focus was unrelenting, his low kicks a constant threat that Bernardo couldn't counter. By the second round, a crippling strike left Bernardo defenseless, his face contorted in agony as he struggled to stand. Lebaner's methodical destruction wasn't just a victory. It was a lesson in how to break an opponent's spirit through sheer persistence. This fight highlighted Lebaner's ability to blend power with strategy. His low kicks weren't just about damage. They were about control, dictating the pace, and forcing Bernardo into a defensive mindset. The Frenchman's legacy as a low-kick specialist was cemented in moments like these, where even the toughest opponents crumbled under his onslaught. Jose Aldo versus Uriah Faber, the Muay Thai mauler's legacy. In 2010, UFC legend Jose Aldo faced Uriah Faber in a fight that remains a benchmark for low-kick devastation. Aldo, a proud disciple of traditional Muay Thai, was a featherweight champion whose leg kicks were as feared as his knockout power. Faber, a seasoned veteran and former WEC champion, was known for his durability and heart, but even he couldn't withstand Aldo's relentless assault. Aldo's leg kicks targeted Faber's hips with ferocious precision, each strike a calculated blow to his foundation. Unlike many fighters who aim for the calves, Aldo's Muay Thai roots led him to attack the upper thigh, maximizing damage to muscle and mobility. Faber's resilience was heroic, enduring 25 grueling minutes of punishment, but the cost was staggering. Post-fight, his swollen, battered legs made headlines, a testament to Aldo's ruthless efficiency. Faber's recovery was long and painful, marking this as one of the most traumatic nights of his career. Aldo's low kicks didn't just win fights, they left lasting scars, both physical and psychological. This fight was a defining moment for Aldo, showcasing his ability to dominate without relying on knockouts. His low kicks were a strategic tool, slowing Faber's movement and limiting his explosive offense. The Brazilian's mastery of Muay Thai principles, precision, power, and patience, made him a nightmare for any opponent, and Faber's ordeal remains one of the most iconic examples of low-kick devastation in MMA history. The art of the low kick, a legacy of pain. Low kicks are more than a technique. They're a philosophy of combat, breaking bodies and spirits with surgical precision. From Gaethje's relentless assault to Hoost's cold destruction, these fighters have elevated the low kick into an art form. Each strike is a reminder. In the cage or ring, pain is the ultimate equalizer. Whether it's the searing agony of a single blow or the cumulative toll of repeated strikes, low kicks redefine what it means to endure. The fighters in this collection, Gaethje, Hoost, Lima, Ignashov, Lebaner, and Aldo, share a common thread, an unwavering commitment to exploiting the vulnerability of their opponent's legs. Their low kicks aren't just about winning. They're about sending a message, one that resonates long after the final bell. For their opponents, The pain lingers, a haunting reminder of the price paid and concepts the pursuit of glory. Which of these fights left you feeling the phantom pain? Share your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe for more bone-rattling content. And hit the like button if you survive this journey through the brutal world of low-kick knockouts. Until next time, stay sharp and protect your legs.